I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. He was convicted of the 2004 fatal shooting of area restaurateur Cosimo DeBrizzi. And today comes word that the killer, 61-year-old Dennis Sweeney, has died of cancer in prison. The case was solved 3 years after the murder by a DNA hit from chewing gum after Sweeney, an electrician from the town of Montgomery, was returned to prison for a parole violation. Sweeney was serving a 25 years to life prison sentence at the time of his death. According to state law, Sweeney's conviction has now been labeled abated by death. It means he's granted the presumption of innocence, even though he'd been found guilty, because he died while his appeal was pending. Orange County District Attorney Frank Phillips has called that law, quote, ridiculous. The taped-on paper sign on the door tells the story. The KFC restaurant in the town of Wallkill is one of several KFC locations in our region that have closed due to bankruptcy. The restaurant operators, the Headley Management Corporation, has closed all of its KFC restaurants, this one in the town of Wallkill and others in Vales Gate, in the town of Newburgh and Monticello. Also part of the shutdown are Headley's Buffalo Wild Wings holdings, including one at the Hudson Valley Mall in the town of Ulster. Now that a judge has signed off on the bankruptcy plan, all assets will be liquidated. The restaurant shutdowns reportedly impact more than 200 employees. The recently opened Buffalo Wild Wings in the town of Wallkill is under different ownership and is not part of the bankruptcy proceeding. It's looking like these fields behind Woodsboro Airport will be the scene of a series of major concerts this summer. Last night, the Mamakating Town Board gave its blessing to developer Shalom Lamb, who was seeking a mass gathering permit to allow for concerts on the airport property on Thursday nights, July 26th and August 9th and 30th. Lamb has tentatively lined up a series of acts that include the Village People, KC and the Sunshine Band, Tony Orlando, Taylor Dane, and the Shirelles. Lamb bought the airport in 2007 and is hoping the concerts, dubbed the Woodsboro Airport Music Festival, will raise money for the facility. It's day 3 and the Builders Blitz in Newburgh is ahead of schedule. Professional contractors are teaming up with volunteers to build 2 homes in just 5 days at 4547 Chambers Street, where a dilapidated building once stood. It's a Habitat for Humanity project that also involves the Newburgh Community Land Bank and the Hudson Valley Builders Association. On-site contractors say good pre-planning allowed them to hit the ground running.
Basically, you're taking a job that would typically take 90 days to 120 days, trying to squeeze it into 5 days. So the logistics, the planning of it is really the meat and potatoes of it. This is really the fun week and really the week of good getting everybody together.
Andy Stahl knows all about a quick build. The president of Hearthstone Contracting was the man in charge of last summer's Extreme Makeover TV show home construction in Crawford. He says by comparison, this project is less chaotic and a lot more fun.
A little bit of deja vu. I was prepared for it to be a little more crazy than the Extreme Makeover, which we did last August in Crawford. This is a little more reasonable size house. That house was way more extreme, built for TV. This is a little more practical, and it's the whole atmosphere here is way different than the one last year.
The 2 homes will be finished on Friday. Then the Valencia and Santiago families will get the keys during a ceremony on Saturday. He led Middletown police on a high-speed chase early Tuesday morning, and this Friday, Luis Candelario Jr. will be led into Middletown City Court, where he will face an assortment of charges that include driving a stolen vehicle, marijuana possession, resisting arrest, and driving without a license. Police say Candelario blew through stop signs and hit parked cars before he was taken into custody. Middletown police say he was also charged with unlawful imprisonment after a female passenger told police she had wanted to get out of the speeding vehicle. With a closing tentatively set for June 29th, Congressman Maurice Hinchey is asking the U.S. Postal Service to spare a Town of Newburgh post office branch that's currently on the chopping block. The contract post office on South Plank Road at Algonquin Plaza is scheduled to be closed because the Postal Service hasn't been able to come to a contract agreement with the owner. In his letter, Hinchey said that if the agency can't come to terms with the contractor, then a new branch should be opened to serve residents who live in that section of town. And for astronomy buffs, it was a really big deal. A group of them gathered at Sweeney Orange in Middletown yesterday to witness the planet Venus making its trip across the sun. Venus appears as a small dot just past the 12 o'clock position. Sweeney Orange Science Department Chairman John Wolbeck provided a large pair of sun-filtered binoculars to help people catch the very rare sight. The spectacle won't be seen again until the year 2117. Area temperatures will inch higher over the next couple of days, but the threat of a passing shower will stay with us. Thursday's weather will feature a mix of sun and clouds with the highs in the mid-70s. Friday will be partly cloudy with temperatures reaching the upper 70s, and there is a chance of a late-day shower both days. Whenever and wherever news breaks, you will find it right here at Record Online, and get caught up on all that's happening by reading tomorrow's Times Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.